Again? For the fourth time tonight. 3 wasn't enough. Again, really?
And it doesn't get any better. It only gets worse. Fatal, Jeremiah Fresh, and Flama, the Heartless Kings.
Well, this match nearly didn't take place. As we saw earlier on tonight, the Heartless Kings attempting a 3-on-1 attack on the homecoming, returning Fabrizio. Thankfully, his partners, the Pumpline, making the save, and we will get our scheduled trios action. But I'll tell you, Barry, I wouldn't want to be Victor Cuentas. Not right about now.
He's had a hard enough job as it is, just getting between all these butting heads and egos in this championship tournament. But now in this six-man competition, you have the worst of the worst when it comes to the Heartless Kings.
Of course, last saw the Heartless Kings in trios action in the main event of Navidad Nightmare against the Lucha Kings, and what a war that was, Barry.
A battle, and they left it all on the line. I mean, Flama would know for sure after what you did to him.
Start to finish.
Yeah, Flama's all talk. He's all talk. We know Judas isn't in the building. How convenient.
Exactly, and on top of all that, the Heartless Kings, all that bravado. If Juan Mattioli's too busy preparing for his finals match, this might actually be an even competition.
Who wants to dance?
Making his long-awaited return to San Diego to professional wrestling, it is Fabrizio, the Chulamama, and the Pumpline.
Work, baby. Come on, let me hear it. Come on, San Diego.
Despite the dulcet tones of Whitney Houston. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, I missed this so much. Here we go. Oh, baby! Those quads in his greatest shape as ever.
Well, May, I was going to say, despite the dulcet tones of Whitney Houston, no dancing from Fabrizio and the Pumpline, but they proved me wrong very, very quickly.
Listen, maybe no dancing just yet, but I think they'll be dancing over the unconscious bodies of the Heartless Kings.
This is a 6-man tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, to my right, the team of the Heartless Kings, born a villain, El del Momento, El Fatal, joined alongside Jeremiah Fresh and Flama. And their opponents, to my left, from San Diego, California,
Barry Sweeney, you can speak to it better than I ever could. What does Fabrizio mean to San Diego? And what does San Diego mean to Fabrizio?
Listen to the Skyfire faithful, and they have the answer more succinctly than I ever could. Fabrizio was a standard bearer of San Diego wrestling, was a standard bearer of professional wrestling in SoCal. And on top of all that, he held it down not just for himself, not just for his abilities, but for his friends, for his family. He has put Chula Vista, he has put San Diego on his back. And alongside the Pumpline, Boa Silva and Antonio Rivers, he is looking to put the Heartless Kings on theirs.
Let's go back! Come on!
Jeremiah Fresh starting things off here against, I thought, yes indeed, we will see Fabrizio starting things off. It's a real double-edged sword. Fabrizio was several months away from the ring. On one hand, is much fresher than any of his opponents, has not had to deal with the wear and tear that the miles of a professional wrestling career will put on a body, but at the same time, there's no teacher for experience. Fabrizio with an impressive career under his belt, you gotta think there's some ring rust he has to shake.
He's gonna have to shake that rust, and he might be fresh, but if Jeremiah Fresh was gonna tell you there ain't nobody fresher than him. But all the same, I think that same kind of ego, that bad attitude, is gonna come bite them pretty quick.
Again, Fresh is a jerk. The last time we saw him in competition was singles competition back at Navidad Nightmare. We had a visitor from another planet, a friggin' alien, Barry. I mean, how special is that? How unique is that? And Jeremiah Fresh decided to welcome him with an ass kicking.
Not exactly an ambassador to the human race, I'll say that much. But Fabrizio, we talked about ring rust, he is looking in top form.
That is an ambassador to the human race if I've ever seen one. And Fresh, well, frankly, he seems like he's taking off his game a little bit.
I think Fresh is rattled. I think they thought this was going to be a layup when it comes to competition. That Fab, months away from professional wrestling, worrying about his family, might not be the competitor that he used to be before. Very clearly, he's composed, he's fine, he's breathing, and he's not breathing heavy.
But I will say, I hate to give the Heartless Kings any kind of credit. I hate to play devil's advocate when we're talking about the Heartless Kings. We're only a few minutes into this matchup, right? I won't say it's easy, but it's easier to maintain that type of control, to fight off that ring rust with 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes under your belt. We get into those deep waters, that's a different story. Fabrizio's still with a lot to prove.
Come on, shake it off!
Jeremiah Fresh out, sexy Fab.
Big leapfrog from Fab into an arm drag.
Beautiful arm drag.
Scoop and a slam. Oh, Barry, we've seen this before. Cover. But a kick out from Fresh.
Only two, but definitely knocked the wind right out of him. I mean, Jeremiah Fresh with the wind out of his sails. I mean, that's a guy, he might have the length and the strength, but he hasn't got the vitality right now. And here comes Antonio Rivers.
Last time we saw Rivers, of course, was back at Navidad Nightmare. What a gutsy, heart-filled performance against one heartbeat Nick Sander.
Absolutely, Jordan. It's worth noting as well as Flama enters the ring and into an arm drag. Antonio Rivers and Boa Silva are proteges of one CJ Tino, Mr. 551. He's taking them under their wing, and you talk about a guy who's training with the New Japan dojo. That's some great insight for their young careers.
Well, not only that, earlier on tonight we saw J2 Mattioli spoil CJ Tino's dreams of becoming Skyfire Pro Lucha Libre champion in the first round. The Pumpline, no doubt looking for some revenge against the Heartless Kings on behalf of their trainer.
Double whip now, and again the Pumpline, the experienced tag team. They might be young. They've got the confidence.
Cover from Silva, now the legal man. Only a 2. I gotta say, it brings me no joy to say this, or who am I kidding? It brings me a great deal of joy to say this. I'm absolutely thrilled. The Heartless Kings have had a very hard time getting out of the starting gate here.
But as we can see with Fatal entering the ring, oh God, not like this. Golly! Four-seamer right down the middle.
Well, Silva already has a tattoo on his bicep. Something tells me he's going to have a tattoo on his chest. Cover here, sunset flip. And I think that tattoo is going to be in the shape of Fatal's hand. But look at this, head scissors. Takes him off his feet.
And Boa Silva, not only athletic, not only high-flying, but trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, martial arts. He's got it all. Look at that monkey flip, picture perfect.
A unique blend of explosive athleticism, cross-body lateral press, mixed with that legitimate martial arts expertise. A very dangerous competitor. Excuse me, a very dangerous combination for this very dangerous competitor.
And just protect her, no, that chop sliced deep into the chest. Golly!
I believe that's what they call a receipt, Barry Sweeney.
It's like one of those CBS ones. It just keeps going. Look at that.
Blind tag. A blind tag there from Fresh. Not sure if Silva saw it now. Cheap shot. Followed up with the super kick assisted slam. Cover. And a kick out from Silva.
Jordan, I've got to say it, I've got to say it now. As much as I despise these three guys, the Heartless Kings, that was smooth, efficient tag work. That was a blind tag into a maneuver that all of them probably had in the back pocket there, waiting for an opportunity quite like this.
They're awful people, but I think what makes it so frustrating is that they're such fantastic competitors. They are such gifted professional wrestlers. It's so frustrating that we frankly have no choice but to hate them.
You know, to me, there's no world where Jeremiah Fresh, where Fatal, maybe Flama, where they are unsuccessful when it comes to professional wrestling. There's no world where they're not getting wins, where they're not getting high-profile opportunities. But they are cutting corners and they are making shortcuts with their alliance with J2 Mattioli.
Super kick, cartwheels into stereo basement drop kicks, but only a two. Silva manages to use that lanky form to wriggle out of the pinning predicament.
Silva's got a lot of length. He may use that to split the difference, but not if Fatal has anything to say about it, keeping him on the island.
And again, Barry, I don't even want to think about this as a possibility. This is our semi-main event. Our main event, of course, pitting the Rebel Storm against J2 Mattioli for the Skyfire Pro Lucha Libre Championship. We could oh my, what is this? A submission, perhaps? I don't even know what the hell you call this.
Overleaf, upside down, just torquing the lower back and knees of Boa Silva.
Center of the ring, but Silva looking to steal it. Only a two.
But nearly three. Look at this.
Silva
picking up momentum.
Nearly only cats and horseshoes and hand grenades. Momentum picked up indeed, but Barry Sweeney, we could very easily see back-to-back wins from the Heartless Kings here in a matter of moments.
Look at this. Catches the boot.
But a big enziguri kick levels the young Silva.
And Silva starched on the top rope. Dangerous position to be in. What's he got planned?
Oh, he's thinking superplex, Sweeney.
A page out of J2 Mattioli's book.
Learning from their leader. Fatal has got him up, but Silva manages to evade.
Second rope suplex flipped over by Fatal.
But Fatal managed to land on the knees, managed to evade most of the impact. And now Silva with I thought he was
out of the powerbomb.
He's going powerbomb, pile driver, whatever it is, we'll never know. Heartless super kick off the ropes, but Silva with one of his own.
Glancing blow there, but we'll see rolling over once again.
Now we're going to see it. Pile driver!
All of it spikes him on the top of his head.
And look at Fatal off the momentum, back up to his feet, and he just crumples off the kick.
Utterly incredible athleticism, but both Boa and Fatal on empty already. Antonio Rivers and Sexy Fab jumping at the bit to get in there.
Fatal and Silva need a tag. This is crunch time. This is make or break. Silva crawling towards his corner. Fatal tags in Flama, and in comes Rivers.
Antonio Rivers charging in like a man possessed. We saw him last time out. A huge shotgun dropkick against Nick Sander, showing up despite an injury.
Basement uppercut there. Absolutely right. Rivers now hooking the leg. But a kick out there from Flama.
And the fresher man, Antonio Rivers, calling his shot now.
Again, Nick Xander learned it the hard way. It's going to take a lot more than that to put away the young Rivers. But Fresh with the cheap distraction, not even the legal man, and thankfully Rivers takes him off his feet.
Buying plenty of time for the evasion by Flama.
That's the thing, the Heartless Kings are willing to sacrifice themselves in the name of the greater good. Cover from Flama.
Talk about a greater good, Jordan. I don't think there's any good greater than a victory for the Pumpline and Fab tonight. But all the same, the Fabrizio has yet to step back in the ring, and they are taking full advantage of it.
And you know it would bring the Heartless Kings so much satisfaction to spoil Fabrizio's homecoming, to defeat the Pumpline without Sexy Fab really even being a factor. They're jerks in that way. They're awful.
And look at this, rolling through his baton into the super kick by Flama.
Big run blower! Big backstabber!
On the second rope now. God!
Assisted crossbody neck breaker. But unfortunately for the Heartless Kings, Flama not the legal man. Vital goes for the cover, but I think that confusion may have cost him, Barry.
Look at Antonio Rivers after that blow to the neck there. Not only the neck breaker, but that crossbody landed awfully hard on the second rope.
Now
Antonio Rivers in a lot of trouble.
Vital so much bigger than Rivers, so much stronger here, and proving it center of the ring a version of the abdominal stretch cinched in.
The leg might not be hooked all the way, but those arms are absolutely tortured right now. Look at this, trying to reverse that hip toss perhaps.
Set another neck breaker from Vital. Cover! And a kick out from Rivers. You see the inscription on the mask, Villain, and I think Vital is living up to that name.
That's one of the nicest things you can probably say about the guy. Meanwhile, Jeremiah Fresh, the fresher man back in the ring, and Antonio Rivers on an island.
Frequent tags, the name of the game here for the Heartless Kings. Terrible people, very sound, smart tag team strategy, cutting off the ring and keeping each other fresh.
Stomping a heartless mudhole into Antonio Rivers.
Again, in and out, in and out, in and out. None of these competitors staying in the ring for more than a few seconds.
Exploiting the rules to their favor. That is carte blanche. That is case in point. That is the Heartless King. Big vertical suplex.
Cover from Fresh. But a lackadaisical cover. No hook of the leg, and Rivers able to evade.
And it's all about the confidence. It might not have gotten them the victory, but I don't think it was that was the intention. I think it was all about inflicting more punishment.
Flama drops the elbow, hook of the leg. Talk about punishment, but still not enough.
Rivers in a great deal of trouble here, and no man's land. Whip reverse!
Flama sends him up and over, lands on the apron. But Rivers with a big forearm strike, and now scaling to the top. Killing two birds with one crossbody.
Maybe try to get him out of the way like last time, but no such luck. Big crossbody wipes them both out.
Rivers, his fingertips away. He wants what the people want, and you gotta give the people what they want.
Sexy Fab is back in the building on the top rope now. Welcome back to La Mama.
You know that Fab has been wishing and longing and dreaming for this moment for nearly a year. What a special flurry of offense here, Barry.
Taking advantage of the disconnections between the Heartless Kings. Meanwhile, Flama, Jeremiah Fresh, wiped out by Sexy Fabrizio.
Sick kick, bulldog combination. Vital still on his feet, but not for long off the big back body drop.
The Chula Mama, the dad bod Fab. He hasn't lost a single step, and he's playing the hits just like Whitney tonight. Whoa, no, one.
Again, two birds, one stone. Sister Abigail DDT combination. Fab into the cover. What a kick out from Flama.
Nearly three, the victory coming theirs.
Again, so impressive to take down one of the Heartless Kings impressive in and of itself. To take down all three is frankly amazing. Dad bod or otherwise, Fab truly hasn't lost a step.
It would be a blow to their ego, it would be a blow to all their crap talking, but it also might make the difference in the final matchup, which is going to be Rebel Storm and J2 Mattioli in the finals of the Golden Road Tournament.
At the very least, in terms of their psyche, and look at this, I spoke to it the onset of this contest, Barry. Victor Cuentas with his hands full, he has lost control here. All 6 competitors duking it out in the center of the ring.
Fab, meanwhile, struggling back to his feet as Flama is starched, but the Pumpline are running the show.
Stereo drop kicks, sent fresh and Vital to the outside, and now double tope suicidas caught by the Heartless Kings. Oh my God! Did you see that Uranagi on the apron, Barry?
Devastating slam, but look at this! Prettier than you!
What the? Vital just took off his mask, threw it in the hands of Fabrizio to take him off his game, and come on!
It can't end like this.
Victor thinks that Fabrizio unmasked Vital. Of course, we mentioned such a sign of disrespect in Lucha tradition. No! The low blow into the roll-up. No! No! No!
Utterly unreal. The absolute dishonor of tearing off your own mask just to cost you a victory, just to cost an opponent, a guy who's worked so hard to come back here. I'm incensed.
We've known for a very, very long time that the Heartless Kings don't have respect for anyone else. For us, for the locker room, for the fans, for Skyfire. But it is very, very evident after tonight that they don't even have respect for themselves. A sickening, disheartening turn of events, and Barry Sweeney, it makes me sick to my stomach to even utter these words. But we are only one victory away from a Heartless King sweep here tonight at Golden Road.
And Fabrizio gave it his all in his return to the ring here in San Diego. Absolutely nothing to be ashamed of from all 3 of these men.